Welcome to my guide on the Warlock class and that of the Dazar'Alar. You're probably asking yourself right now, what spec is best going in for progression on normal, heroic? I give you this guide this week. I want to talk about Destro making a huge comeback, Affliction being able to make a great comeback. Right now, I like to state that Affliction, Demonology, and Destruction, all three specs are in. As a Warlock who's been playing for a long time, now that I got that out of the way, right now, the strongest spec, I believe, for the Dazar'Alar right now is none other than Destruction. As you can see, I have it up on the screen. Now, the reason Destruction is so strong is due to the fact of Bane of Havoc and Cataclysm. The cleave potential that you can do with Destruction is just over the top. And as you can see up here now, I have one of the builds, I have one of the builds up top of what I'm trying to do, or the way I like to use Destruction. I only take Shadow Burn when I know there's a lot of movement. Like, believe it or not, it comes in handy on the move. You lose minimal DPS. If you were looking to just min-max all the way, of course you'll go reverse entropy, stuff like that. Now, looking at the logs from all the different guilds that have been rating heroic, Dazar'Alar, Destruction is high. It's the top on majority of the fights. Now, with that being said, you still can enjoy Affliction. You still can enjoy Demonology. Destruction right now, just with this cleave alone and burst damage, being able to sustain on some bosses that do not take long to kill, it's showing to be the best at this moment. So with that being said, I'm going to upload a Destruction DPS guide, from after this video here. But I just want to do a little quick rundown on Destruction and how to use it per boss in the Battle of Dazar'Alar. The Champion of the Light. As you know, I'm pretty sure most of you guys, if you've been out here doing this with your guild, you've seen that the Champion of Light is probably one of the most easy tank and spank bosses there is. Avoid the light, look away from the Crusader, and just DPS the boss. Now, some guilds have actually been doing the strategy of killing the ads, then attacking the boss. But what we found out is if you just attack the boss outright and kill it right away, you don't really have to worry about anything for this boss. Destro, since it has one of the highest burst potential with Time Warp, Hero, Lust, whatever you want to call it, it's been shown on the logs right now on warcraftlogs.com as having the highest potential for DPS. The Jade Fire Masters. Here, you have two strong specs here. Affliction is really strong. Destruction is really strong. Now, again, Destruction is also showing that it's the strongest of the two specs according to Warcraft logs. It's still early. Still early in the week. So some numbers might change depending on the item level. We need to wait for the item levels to balance out. But for now, we're seeing Destruction doing the most. We go to the next boss, Grown. Again, Destruction at this moment is doing more so than the other specs. Now, what does that mean for you? If your guild has been struggling on the first three bosses and you've been playing Demonology or Affliction and you want to change to Destruction just to try to give it a boost because you think that it'll give you guys more DPS to push the boss a little bit sooner, then Destruction seems to be the way to go on that. Now, the next boss, you see very high DPS from Demonology Warlocks on the fourth boss, Opulence. With that being said, that lets you know Demonology is still viable. Even though Destruction on these first three bosses is clearly atop the others ones are still viable. They're not just being really, really bad. It's just Destruction. It's a little bit better. You can push more mechanics. You can cleave a lot more. Affliction going down a little bit. Absolute Corruption. that's huge. Affliction has made a comeback. I just have to say that right now. But yeah, and going on further down past opulence, you start to see affliction shine a little bit more because you have to do movement from kiting the Raptors on Conclave. Rastakhan, towards the end is very, very kiting. You're kiting all the time, so affliction shines a little bit. I haven't seen any Destro like logs using Shadowburn for that fight. So myself, I want to go in when my guild goes in the next time, and I want to test that out to see how Shadowburn does in that environment, because getting a haste from reverse entropy isn't bad, but due to the fact that I have enough haste already, I believe I'm not really losing anything if I go Shadowburn over reverse entropy. You get what I'm saying? If I can move and then still do damage while moving, I know I have conflagrate, but if I use it on cooldown, I'm not only getting my shards up, I can also cast more chaos bolts. So with that being said, I don't want to hold off on conflagrate to move, so I have another option, and that option would be Shadowburn. Despite how many people just dislike Shadowburn, there's a lot of people right now that dislike Shadowburn. High Tinker, Destro again is a burst type DPS, sustain, high with the bums behind something. Affliction is pretty good here. Demonology is not so bad with the small mini cleaves that your handle go down does on the ads and stuff of that sort. Stormwall Blockade, I'm just going to say this here. I truly believe in destruction here due to the fact of Havoc with the ad and the boss, and with the quick amount of bursts that you can do to stop that ad from reaching the boss. And that's, for me right now, from what I'm seeing, destruction seems to be the way to go. Now, I love Demonology. I also play Affliction. But if Destruction is what's getting us through the raid and stuff like that right now, I'm going to go ahead and go with Destruction. I've been enjoying this raid, this tier for 8.1. They did a very good job on this raid. Now, you might look me up. I'm Smooth Medusa. I play many tunes. I'm also Smooth Sikkim right now, and that's my tune that I play in the beginning of the week. So if you're interested to see if I know what I'm talking about or how far I've been in, you can just check out Smooth Sikkim and you can see how far I went. But I'm not here to brag or anything or that I'm the best. I'm just trying to get this information out to you guys. That way, we know what's going on within our Warlock community and help us strive to be the best. Now, on another note, I'm using Hadel's Nautilus and Vessel of the Skittering Shadows, right? Well, for Destro, just like back in the Pandaria days, the better trinkets are the ones you can either have on use that procs intellect or mastery. I have to put mastery there because mastery is very strong. Or, you can even use the PvP trinket that gives you baseline versatility, and once you use it, it gives you a crazy amount of intellect to use, especially in the beginning. If you can get that trinket, you can set that up with your Infernal while using Grimoire Supremacy. You can burst 40, 50k, 60 maybe even, just easy once you get more gear. So, like I said, if you're interested or you've listened to all of this video here, because I know it's a lot of information to intake about the Warlocks and stuff like that, if you want to try your hand at destructions, there's plenty of guides on YouTube from other destruction players who've been playing Warlocks for years at a time. I'm also going to put up a video. It's going to be pretty short, kind of how my Demonology Warlock guide video was. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me about them in the comments. I will do my best to answer them on time. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and notification button so you can know when I release more info about the Warlocks as these weeks go on. I'm very excited right now. BFA started off sluggish. We get a new raid, I'm back in WoW. I don't know how WoW has that power, but that's what it's doing for me. So thank you again. Smooth Meduso's out.